The wind swept dust through the narrow streets of Red Hollow, rattling saloon doors and carrying whispers faster than any horse. Celine Moreau stood at the hitching post outside the sheriff's office, her gloved hands steady despite the long ride from Amarillo. Men stared, they always did. A woman bounty hunter was still a novelty in most corners of the West. Inside, Sheriff Dalton slid a folded poster across his desk. The paper was creased and smudged, but the face sketched in charcoal was unmistakable: sharp jaw, unruly dark hair, and eyes that seemed almost amused. Cain Mercer, Dalton said, wanted for train robbery, cattle theft, and obstruction of federal law. $500, dead or alive. Celine studied the drawing. What's he really wanted for? Dalton hesitated. You ask too many questions. I asked the right ones. The sheriff leaned back. Officially, he's the man who's been robbing supply wagons headed for the mining company up north. Unofficially, some folks claim he's been giving those supplies to settlers who can't afford winter stores. Celine folded the poster and slipped it into her coat. You don't sound convinced he's a villain. Dalton's jaw tightened. I sound like a man who answers to men richer than both of us. Bring him in. That's all that matters. Outside, the sun dipped low, casting long shadows across Red Hollow. Celine mounted her horse and rode toward the northern hills where Cain Mercer was said to hide. She'd chased thieves before, men who deserved the rope waiting for them. But something about this one felt different. 2 days later, she found the first sign of him. A burned wagon lay abandoned in a narrow canyon. But instead of bodies, she found sacks of flour and crates of medicine hidden beneath tarps, untouched. Fresh tracks led away from the sign boot prints, and horse hooves heading east. Celine dismounted, crouching beside the prints. You're careful, she murmured. Too careful for a reckless outlaw. A rifle cocked behind her. You're trespassing, miss. Celine didn't flinch. Slowly, she raised her hands and turned. Cain Mercer stood 10 paces away, his revolver steady. He looked younger than she expected. Not soft, there was steel in his stance, but not hardened, like most criminals she'd known. Cain Mercer, she said calmly. $500 looks good on you. A corner of his mouth lifted. That's so, and what do I look like to you? Trouble. If you want to hear the full story, click the title below.